You can talk while you're doing this.
Okay, yesterday I went to Costco and got $1,000 worth of new tires for my truck, and they stripped the nuts out. And when I came back, they had one tire on and 3 tires off, and they said that somebody, not them, had ruined my nuts, my lug nuts. And so we had a discussion, some of it heated, and they finally decided that they would get me lug nuts and put the truck back together. But first they just wanted me to tow it and get it out of their place because they didn't really do that kind of work and didn't care. But I told them all they needed to do was get the new nuts and then get a thread chaser or a die nut, which is what this is. It's just a die to cut threads on a stud, but it's hex-headed so you can use it with a socket. And so I came home today, and this is one of the ruined studs, and I used this die nut to chase the threads, which removes the threads from the nut out of the grooves on the stud. And once you get that done, you go maybe a half turn and then a half turn back, another half turn back. That clears the old threads out and makes it just like a new stud, as long as the stud is harder than the nut, which on automobiles they do that on purpose, so when you strip the nut it doesn't ruin the stud. So after I bought this $10 thread chaser and $15 worth of socket to fit the thread chaser, and then you blow it out and you put a little WD-40 on it. Now this is one of the new nuts that they bought that they couldn't put on because they said the stud was ruined. And as you see, the stud is not ruined. The nut goes on. Now the tire is fixed. But they sent me home with only 7 out of 8 studs with nuts because they couldn't figure that out. So just food for thought. If you go to a grocery store to get your tires,
like
Costco or Sam's, you need to know about this, so maybe you can tell them because they have no training. But I have never had any trouble with Sam's, and I'm surprised that I had trouble with Costco, but there you go. So that might help some of you.